You probably drank a glass of water today without thinking twice about it. You turned on a faucet, filled a bottle, grabbed a drink from the refrigerator. It was clean, cool, safe. Someone else had already solved the problem for you. Now imagine waking up 1 lakh years ago. The sun is already beating down. Your throat feels dry. Your family is waiting for you to return with water. Somewhere out there is a stream, a pond, or maybe a spring. But there is one problem. You have absolutely have no idea whether that water will keep you alive or quietly kill you. There are no water filters, no wells, no bottles. No way the boil gallons of water every day. And perhaps the most terrifying part of all, you don't even know whether that bacteria, viruses, or parasites exist. To ancient humans, water simply looked like water. A crystal clear system could still hide deadly microorganisms. A muddy puddle might appear harmless after a rainstorm. Every single drink was a decision. One mistake could mean days of illness or even death. Children and elders were especially vulnerable. Finding food was already difficult. Escaping predators was dangerous. But none of that mattered if you couldn't find safe water. Humans can survive weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Every prehistoric human faced this challenge. So, how did they solve a problem they couldn't even see? The answer became one of the humanity's greatest survival skills. If you dropped a modern person into the wild, they would probably look for the cleanest looking water. Clear usually means safe, right? Not necessarily. Ancient humans eventually learned something. Water doesn't tell you whether it's safe, the land around it does. Ancient humans became expert observers. They watched where animals drank. If many healthy animals visited the same place, it was often a good sign. But they stayed cautious. Not every animal could survive the same water humans could. So they searched for more clues. Moving water was usually safer than the still water. A fast flowing stream constantly refreshed itself. Still ponds collected dirt, dead plants, animal waste, and tiny invisible dangers. Higher ground often meant cleaner water. Rainwater filtered naturally through layers of rocks and soil. That nature filtration removed many impurities. Ancient people didn't know the science, they only knew what experience taught them. Knowledge became more vulnerable than the strength. The smartest survivor wasn't always the strongest. Sometimes birds revealed the way. Many birds gather near fresh water, especially during sunrise and sunset. Insects could also reveal hidden water. Dense green plants were another clue. Water feeds life. When life flourished, water usually wasn't far away. Memory became their greatest survival tool. Imagine finding a hidden spring. Cool, clear, fresh. Your family survives because of it. Returns a year later, it has dried up. Water wasn't permanent. Spring changed with the seasons. Rivers flooded. Lakes disappeared. Humans remembered when water appeared. They built detailed mental maps, not on paper, but inside their minds. Parents taught their children where to find water. This knowledge passed from one generation to the other. The greatest survival tool wasn't despair, it was memory. But finding water solved only half of the problem. Now they had to bring it back. Their hands weren't enough. So humans became inventors. Large leaves became temporary cups. Animal skins became water bags. Dried gourds became reusable containers. Even eggshells stored precious water. Archaeologists have found many of this. Now humans could travel farther. The world suddenly became much bigger. Eventually, humans started improving nature itself. Instead of drinking directly from the river, they left the sand to do the work. The water looked more cleaner. They didn't know the science. They knew it worked. Then came another discovery. Fire wasn't just for the warmth, it could also make water safe. Long before metal pots existed, people heated stones in the fire. They placed them into water. The water slowly heated up. Many harmful organisms could have survived the heat. Again, they didn't know why. They only trusted the experience. Thousands of years later, people stopped wondering so often. They settled near reliable water. The first wells appeared. People no longer searched for water. Water came to them. Villages became towns, towns became civilizations, and it all began with one simple question: where can we find safe water? The question shaped the course of human history. Nearly every great civilization began beside a river. Water made farming possible, food became more reliable. People no longer had to keep moving. Communities grew larger. Knowledge spread faster than ever before. Everything started with clean water. Today, we simply turn a handle. Clean water arrives without a second thought. But for most of the human history, every drink carried uncertainty. Every sip was an act of survival.